Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make lemon drizzle cake. This is an absolutely gorgeous cake and it doesn't have many ingredients, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do before we start everything else is put our butter into a pan over a low heat and melt it. While the butter is melting, I'm just going to prepare the lemon juice and the lemon zest to go in the cake. So this is just one unwaxed lemon. I've washed it and I'm just going to grate the zest off. Lemon zest smells so lovely. I've got this love, such a shame this isn't smell-o-vision. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is just juice it. So I'll cut it in half. And there we have the zest and the juice ready to go in the cake. This is very, very simple. We've got 175 grams here of caster sugar, and that is going to go into my lovely big mixer. There we go. These are 2 medium-sized eggs. They've come up to room temperature. It's always best to use your eggs at room temperature. I'm just going to break those in. One. Oops. Bit of chicken poo on that. They're locally sourced eggs, very fresh. Just going to wash my hands before I start the next bit. I'm just going to put that in there and I'm going to turn it on and very gently beat the eggs. And they will sort of double up in size and go all lovely and fluffy, and they will go slightly lighter in colour than the yellow of the yolk. There we go, that is all light and creamy and I can see the air bubbles in it. I remember when I did this at school, we used to have to do this with a hand whisk. These machines make it so much easier, they're wonderful. So I'm going to take the whisk off now and I'm going to sieve and fold in my flour. This is 175 grams of self-raising flour. And I'm just going to put a pinch of salt in. Move those out of the way. There's something quite calming about sifting flour. And now I'm just going to fold, which is just a fold and a cutting motion to incorporate the flour. And now I'm going to give it that lemony taste. So here goes in the zest of 1 lemon and the juice of 1 lemon. And again, we're going to cut and fold because we're trying to keep in all those lovely air bubbles. And lastly, I'm going to fold in the butter. Here we go. Just add it in gently, a little bit at a time, and keep cutting and folding until everything is incorporated. You can smell the lemon coming out of this, it is really lovely. This is all folded in now, so all that's left to do is to put it in the cake tin. This is a 18 centimetre, I think it's about 9 inches, loose bottom cake tin, which I have lined the base. And this now goes in here. You can see all the gorgeous bubbles as I'm pouring it into the cake tin, and that's what we want those bubbles. And now I'm going to put it in the oven, and that goes in at 180 for about 30 to 35 minutes. You'll know when it's done because it will have changed colour, and when you put a skewer in the middle and you pull it out, the skewer will come out clean. So let's get it in the oven. Oof. While the cake's in the oven, we're going to make a topping. Now, this is a lemon drizzle cake, but this is slightly different because we're not going to have that crack on the top. What I'm having is a lovely crusty sugar topping, and to make that I'm going to use the juice of this second lemon. Oops. Oops. There we go. Lemons are really good because I might use these to help freshen up my microwave. I'll just stick them in a bowl, put them in the microwave for about a minute, and then it helps clean the microwave and makes it smell nice. So don't just throw these away, use them for other things. In here I've got 100 grams of granulated sugar, the same stuff you put in your tea and coffee. And I'm just going to pour this juice in there. It's coming out very slowly. Give it a stir around. That's all ready to go on top of the cake. What will happen is the juice will sort of soak through into the cake and the sugar will sort of go hard and crusty on the top with a lemon taste to it, and it really is delicious. There, that's that done. There we have it, it's come out of the oven and there's a gorgeous crack on the top. So now we're going to get ready for putting some holes in it. Now this does feel really weird, but what we're going to do is we're going to use, this is a metal stick, but you could use a barbecue skewer kebab stick, but something that you can poke holes into the cake. And I'm just going to poke holes all around the top at random intervals. There we go. Quite satisfying, just a little bit scary. And what we want is for these holes to help the sugar and the sugar syrup that I made earlier sink into the cake so that the cake goes all juicy and moist. And you need to do this while the cake is hot as well. Now this is the lemon and sugar syrup we made earlier, and I'm just going to gradually pour this over the top of my cake. Now what will happen is the juice will soak into the cake, and hopefully the sugar will have taken up some of the lemony flavour, and this will go all crusty and hard on the top of the cake when it all starts crystallising again as the cake slows down. Sorry, as the cake cools down, not slows down. It's a very fast running cake. I don't know what's going on in my head at the moment. I think I've been in lockdown too long. There we go. When I say the wrong things, I can see that my cameraman just pulls a face and I think, oh dear. Thinking, what's she going on about now? And he sniggers as well. You don't hear that bit, but he does. Yes, oh no, what the hell is she going on about? There we go, nearly all done. We're now going to leave that cool completely in the tin, and as it cools, the sugar will crystallise and we'll have a lovely crunchy topping to our cake. And when it's cooled completely, we can take it out of the tin and then we can have a slice. Now it's finished. Doesn't it look lovely? So let's cut into it. It's all crispy on the top. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? Well, let's have a taste and see. Oh. That is so good. You can taste the lemons in it and the top is really crunchy. I'm actually going to enjoy mine with a nice cup of tea, but it also goes equally well with a small glass. Sorry, food going down the wrong way. A small glass of limoncello. I do hope you're going to have a go at making this and enjoy it as much as I do. I'll see you all again next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little notification button. Thank you for watching. I'm going to take this off the bowl. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see better. Oh, where's the stool? Could you put the stool there so I can balance this on? So if I put it on the floor, it'll mark. Oh! How to chop your fingers off, lesson 1.
You know, well, I was just going to say, it is incredibly difficult to... Yep. I'm having to walk round the dog every time. She likes to make the job so much easier. Yeah.